Alright, and we're back. Back on to some Word of the Mage. As you can see, we've done some grinding. You saw on the short last video, we were just killing more slimes all the way. Killed 149 of them. And see, it went pretty quick. At least it felt like it on this character compared to the tricks you're having to run to each one of them. We'll kill one more of these guys. And level on up to level 6. Now, we really need to talk about these points here. So we can put our points into whatever we want on any of these characters. But some of these points are not built all the same as others. There's diminishing returns on quite a few of them. And I don't really know the formulas or whatever, but there's some stats we want to go for, particularly on just about every single class that we'll be hitting. Like, you need some amount of aim, and 33 dex is where one of the major fall-off points is for diminishing returns, if I remember correctly. So we might want to start with the dexterity. There's also an amount of critical hit chance base crit that we want to get. Normal spirit can't give us this stat, from what I know, but putting the free stat in does give us this bonus stat. It's really nice. As you see here, normally it just gives magic defense and spirit. Here we can get critical hit rate. It might be the only one with the hidden stat, I'm not totally sure, but nonetheless, it's something we definitely want. I don't think we need to go for critical hit strengths too soon. We don't really have the AoE to make it super worth it anyhow, and missing will just hurt a lot. So I think we're going to immediately just put about every point into dexterity on the mage. And for the other characters, we can talk about that as well. I think that we'll fill out the points of each character. Potentially whenever we're playing them on the main screen. I know that's pretty inefficient, and we're losing out on a lot of power through that, and perhaps just like the worst thing you could do ever in a hardcore run, but I think it just makes sense. But for this character, I think all 6 of these points will be going into dexterity. That should give us a nice increase to our aim. But you know, of course, it's still something that you have to have even on a mage. Testing. So here we are. Level 6. Slimes are actually still green, so we might call it here, and I might continue to kill these. But as you can see, we've gotten quite a few materials. Shrooms, we'll grab some more here, but I think the really interesting thing here is it's in our second bag. Take a look here. Boom. Now you saw probably in the last one here that we got this necklace, which is probably just directly better than this necklace. The stats are more like fighter aligned, which is quite nice. So keep that in mind. But look at these cards. I mean, 16, 17 cards? Goodness. We'd like to get more than that. So I think call this update here. And I'm gonna keep killing these slimes. If anything serious happens, I'll hit record, but otherwise, it's just time to grind these guys out. And once we have a good amount of cards and we're ready to open them, we'll start exploring from there. But gotta get the right fundamentals of the start here if we want to try to get far at all. These cards aren't something we can really get later, so well, it's possible, but they're quite rare. It's at the time to do it. As you can see, we've killed hundreds of them in 17, which is hopefully going to be enough. Like I said, we want 2 S cards, probably. The more the better, though. If we get 5 of them, I mean, I'll put it on all 5 of the characters. It's a great stat bonus that we can get. I'm wondering, can it see this card here? As you can see it, right here, the slime's attack. Can't see what it does, but this is what we're going for. First S card. Now, this could be another thing that we go for, is to fill out every card, but there's problems with that, being there's some mega monsters, you know, like I think the Karens in here and things in like those kind of zones. So Of course, those would have to be exceptions, since I mean we're on a major server. There's no way we'd even get a chance to fight them. Let alone, I don't think a party of 5 could fight that. And if a party of 5 could fight, it's certainly not one person piloting all 5. I think the dungeons will be beyond challenging enough. Right. There we go. I think that's gonna be it. Okay, this is what we're going for, and I'm gonna keep grinding on these until well, until the slimes are gray. And you know what? Like I said, we want to kill all elite monsters. That's the plan here. We've already killed one of these, but just for Pete's sake, let's make it totally official here. Let's do it on the mage. I'm gonna cut him out. I'm sure he can't hurt me, but no reason to take damage. Just like that, and he rewards us with a nice card. One could be the S card, who knows? Alright, I'm gonna go throw these in the storage. And next time you see me, we'll be going on to level 7 and 208 more slimes. Amazing. Alright, and here we are. We just got back from making some sales, buying some skills, a lot of stuff, and as you can see, we got 121 copper remaining. We've spent about a silver on our different characters, including buying a few different skills that you may or may not have seen. We also bought some armor for the fighter, so let's go on ahead and put that on. Check that out, incredible stuff. The fighter, I believe, will be the next main character we're going to be playing on to, you know, really see how damage is going to feel on, you know, the different classes. We also, of course, have learned just now, as you can see, the heal skill on our cleric, allowing us to heal our characters. Now, this heal is incredibly powerful, especially early. As you can see, the highest HP person we have is the fighter, currently at 161. Let me move the microphone just a little bit. I apologize for the sound here. Right. So our highest health is 161, and the heal heals for 100. That's well over, you know, 2/3 of his HP, just about, well over half. And over the mage's health completely. So there's a world that, you know, we do just not even really use HP stones. They might not be very efficient, except for, like, obviously when we need them in combat, like, oh shit, things are really bad. We have the heals otherwise. So let's go on ahead and put this character back on follow, and let's get moving. We are at 209 out of 210 XP. We are all ready to level up to level 7. And the fighter's not quite following us. There we go. Lovely. You know, one of these days I'll get a 5-person mount, and that'll fix it all, right? Alright. Slime? Last slime for level 7. Let's do it. Now, level 7. We've been fighting a lot of these slimes. As you can see, all of our cards are in storage. Many of the items are in storage. What a pickaxe. What? I think it's just about time to level up. The slimes are now gray. We are done with the slimes. It is a momentous time, everyone. Look at this. We've done it. Incredible. And it wants us to open the mystery vault. Why? You know, I think that this is some archaic thing of the past. I think there was a time where you opened at 7 and then at 15, but they... Oh, goodness. Well, look at that. Look at everything here. Just the, of course, our gift boxes from attendants. Fantastic. Well, at level 7, we're now able to learn our new skills that have been in our inventory. Some important ones as well, mind you. We'll be putting in Staff Mastery, which is going to give us some accuracy and damage. And we'll do a learning scroll of Lightning Bolt. This right here is going to be our bread and butter for kiting. Now let's go on ahead and swap this up a bit to a more logical sort of position. Right, not quite like that. And yeah, we now are pretty decked out on the mage. The fighter as well is going to have quite a few skills that we purchased, and we wanted to save just a bit of money. I was considering buying some other pieces of the level 8 set for the mage, or perhaps some armor for the other characters like the cleric or archer, but it's good to hold on to this money for now. You never know what we need to buy in a specific time. Now, there's one more thing I want to talk about as well, and that's going to be in the alchemy tab. I was looking at the alchemy store that you may have seen in the previous clip, and I've considered it. It looks like we can already get into all of this production, and this is a big can of worms to be opening, because it kind of means that I'm already able to enchant gear. We fought this hero slime, I believe, first at level 3 or 4, and then at level 5 or 6 again. Considering we're able to just get right into stone production here. No, I'm thinking about any elite monster we should try to kill at level. We might try to do that from here on out. And certainly on any future runs, we will, you know, if we die on these characters, which, by the way, probably will happen, then on a future run, I think that we will attempt to kill this thing at level 2 as well. And we'll find the ways to do that. I think that there's going to be some interesting things that, you know, we might have to do, like just trying to get the stones for enchanted gear and whatnot. Anyhow, we're going to be moving on anyways, and looking for some new things to fight. Even these have become a joke at this point. As you can see, I could just throw a lightning bolt at him and he's dead. Should pick up his loot though. Cat's got the zoomies, so I'm sorry if you're hearing that. Alright. We'll just kill these on the way. It seems efficient to do so. Again, we're still looking for those cards. In fact, see, I'm convinced I could go for some card collections here as well. It could be interesting to see how many we could fill out. And that might be an interesting challenge on a future run. Again, I feel like this one, it's got to be more so about the learning the process. Again, I don't know how far we'll get. It's a very good chance I'll have to delete these characters and remake them. But if not, then, you know, it is what it is. Alright, we got more slimes here. We got slow slimes at level 6. Summon monster, general monster. And again, we need to start being careful. I'm not sure exactly when we start, I think this year. Actually, these... Summon monster, right, versus spirit. I think that this informs us what they drop. Elemental monster. Let's see what an imp drops. Let's kill maybe 10 of these. Looks like much more magical stuff. Spirit gem, dust, soul dust. I feel like that's the single 2 that we killed there. It's probably enough to tell us all about them. But we'll kill a few more. As you can see, I mean, these monsters are way too weak for us, of course. But I'm just interested in the drops here, because... See, Spirit's Nectar, I don't know if we would have known about that. That's really good to know. Now, we were talking about the alchemy amp before I got off on a tangent, as unfortunately my brain tends to do incredibly commonly. But, I'm thinking we can get into this immediately. We were talking about, oh, the stone production, what all that, but immediately, things that we can super go into just right now, Mage and Cleric are the two characters I'm going to be trying to keep alive the most. So they're going to be the ones that get the production scrolls. Now, I'm considering doing scroll production and potion production on the Mage, and then putting stone production and material decomposition on Teleson. Material composition may be more useful. I think we'll consider that later, but I think we can lock in potion scroll production for the Mage. It's going to be the most important. The Cleric technically is more likely to survive, as it's basically going to be a buff guy, and hopefully won't take too much aggro. But it's going to be the Mage. Oh, production scroll, yep. Amazing, and we're locked in on that now. So if we come into the scroll here, and we come into alchemy, we can right-click on scroll production, and take a look at what we can make. Boom, and we need all sorts of things. Now, we should have done this a long time ago, because we could have seen what we needed to keep. We had hundreds of these, mind you. Okay, so for all of the scrolls, we don't need anything from spirits. I mean, look at that. I mean, this is all beast stuff. If we take a look at the potions, however, what do we need? Boom! Spirit's Nectar for the HP potion. There you have it. So, Antidote would be very, very useful. Interesting here. Yep, so spirit stuff seems to be more useful for the potions, but we are going to be much more interested in beasts. I think these summon monsters do have beast drops. Let's take a look on this. Now, level 6 slime, slow slime. I think I can easily handle this guy. He seems weaker even than the hero slime, whatever the thing it is up there. Got less health. And that just goes to show you how powerful that thing is, really. And we really should have fought him at level. I think that's got to be the challenge from now on. So we'll be looking around for things our level here in a second to go fight for elite monsters, if there is any. And I guess I could look them up even. It ruins a little bit of the charm doing that. Nonetheless, let's kill this. Stop rambling. We're going to slow it and kite it out. Boom. I mean, it's a 2-shot. It's got no chance of survival. And we don't see anything here. So we're going to do a secondary kite like this and do a fireball. Should kill. It doesn't quite. 4 HP left. And yeah, here we go. This is exactly what we want to see. Slimes are our best friend. They're dropping all sorts of things that we're needing for... I'm not... with scrolls, but... is the bone required? No bone is required. It does make me wonder, what is bone for? Very interesting. A potion produce material. Fascinating. Well, let's go on ahead and look for some elite monsters. Oh, look, there's some people out here. This guy might be doing something very similar. Who knows? That's fantastic. That's great. I believe that there's, is this an elite monster? No, he's actually just a general monster. The quest monster here. I feel like we should kill him. It feels right. This is a little bit dangerous, and I probably should have thought about this a little bit more. But I think we can kite it out without even taking any damage. I'm pretty confident in the mage's abilities here. I've played this class quite a bit. And just like that, we did fine. A little bit spooky, a little bit sketchy, but nothing too crazy. Getting so much more experience than we were off of those slimes. I mean, we were killing hundreds of those slimes, and the XP's flying now. All right, let's take a look around. We got a crab. Oh, see, I think that's going to be our next challenge. I believe that there's a king crab. One of these blue crabs is quite large. There he is, but you know, level 8. So that's an elite monster, lads. This could be the end of the run right now. Right here, right now, we can lose all of these hours that we've put in. It'd be a shame. Of course, when I say right here, right now, I mean we'll come back at level 8 when we're properly prepared for a 351 HP crab. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Goodness, there's multiple of them. But let's take a look around. We'll come up around here and see what's up. Lovely. Should we try fighting one of these crabs? It's the general monster. Let's see just what these kind of things drop. Let's go for a combo here. Slow it down. Kite it out, of course. They're quite tanky. And it's not even near the health of the king crab there. A little bit scary. Let's go for a combo. Nice. Great. See, the original thing I had thought is to just play one singular character. And while that could certainly have its interest and could be good, I think there's too much content in this game that without, totally enchanted gear, which would require paying money in this game, unfortunately. I just don't think a single character can do most of the content. And even if it could, it'd quite be boring, I think, being simply too powerful for the whole run. And perhaps you could say that about having 5 characters, but each of these characters are actually going to be quite squishy and weak, and furthermore, it's a very good chance one of these dies to this king crab, depending on how things go. We'll see. We're just going to take a look around here and see how that all goes. I'll see you back next time we find anything interesting. Alright, so we found another elite monster here, and a mushroom fighter. Turns out he's an elite monster, level 4. Again, a monster we should have fought. Yeah, I'm considering restarting the challenge here. Something to think about. We'll fight him. For an elite monster, of course. How dangerous can he really be here? Or does that have me worried? I mean, we're so early in, I'm sure it's not too much of an issue. But, we'll see how the king crab goes. If it wipes us, I think we might change some things up. If not, if it does not kill us, we will continue on, and I think it'll be nice. Alright, I think we're gonna grind on these slow slimes until level 8. I'm hoping we can get some gear and get ready for that king crab. And we'll see you then. Alright, and we're back. Look at this king crab right here. Settling around. Alright, we're back with 99% experience. And we're ready to level up on one of these crabs. Now, we really didn't get too much here from that grind. I'm not even really sure it's worth going back to sell, to be honest with you. That being said, think that we can take this guy on. I think it's going to be a little bit challenging, and I'm going to need to set things up right. We're going to have a little bit of a challenge here, and it's going to come down to just how much damage Atromix is going to be taking from the crab itself. We're going to be doing a little bit of testing on Blue Crab for the level up. Listen here. I'm just talking to them. They're picking up starfish. Lovely. Okay, yeah. So we're going to test this out. Let's check it out. All right. We've got the fighter running right on over here to a Blue Crab. And let's just have him level up on some skills, of course. Boom. Give him some abilities on his bar. And let's see what he can do. Alright, the Blue Crab hurts a lot more than I was expecting. Huh. Alright, well that's a little bit worrying. Still, the heal should be incredibly easy on this guy. As we can see, we send the cleric right on over to him. That scared the piss out of me. I thought he was gonna go help his buddy. This guy here, he ran right over to the fighter like, oh, jeez. Alright, well, we killed a Blue Crab, and that was incredibly sketchy. I am thinking the chances of us dying here against this level 8, 350 health King Crab are incredibly high. This is probably going to be the end of the run. But to try to hope that that doesn't happen, let's equip our new staff. Big damage increase. We'll try one more Blue Crab to see what we can do on the front loading our people to get in there and make sure they're doing damage. We don't want to make sure anyone's slacking on a fight like this, so we're going to need to try some serious macro stuff. And either we're going to beat the crab or we're going to lose. So that's how it goes. We got our skills all set up on this character. We have, I think we have claws for the, we do. We have claws and armor for the trickster. We're going to be sending them in too. The archer has a bow, level 8. Put that on. Alright. Fighter, all decked out as much as he can be. And the cleric, put his weapon on too. He's gonna have to get in there. Hopefully we can get him to heal. Let's get everything brought up, and let's start off with what we can do on a Blue Crab. I think we're gonna go for this one right here. And let's make sure we have everyone facing the crab and ready to go. Right. Everyone is facing the crab and ready to go. Now, I think the best order of doing this is send in the fighter first. Have him click on a attack skill. Hopefully get some aggro. We're going to send in the cleric next. And then the trickster. I think we actually send in the fighter, then the trickster, and then the cleric. Yes, and then the cleric. That way I'm on the cleric on the third screen in case someone needs to heal quickly before he fights. And then we'll send in the archer and then the mage. Alright, let's see how that goes. I'm a little bit nervous here. I almost just clicked on the king crab, and I think that potentially could have gone incredibly bad. Alright. Start with the fighter, then the cleric. Then, no, fighter, trickster, cleric. And then archer, mage. Here we go. Ready? Set. We set them on different guys! No, we can't be doing that. How did that happen? Oh no, look, this guy's taking him on. Level 7, but you know, he's kind of cheating. He's not even taking damage. Alright. I mean, that was ridiculous. That was really stupid of me. I can't even believe I've gone and done that. We've clicked on different crabs. Oh my goodness, I would have never thought something like that would have happened. Alright, well that did go very well though, and Atromix took very little damage. I am thinking that we're gonna have to try the king crab. I mean, that guy just showed us that he can do it, although he's, you know, he's got mega stats and everything, and kind of made that easy for himself, but think we just wait for the crab to respawn. And it does. I think we're gonna have to try it. I just want to test the damage on the mage here, now that we have the new staff. How much damage? Ooh. You know, the king crab might be a fucking walk in the park. This feels real strong in comparison to this staff. Incredible. Well, here he is. Suppose we should give it a shot? If this is too much of a joke, I'll be a little bit upset, but, you know, we're doing it on level now, so it is what it is. Alright, let's get everyone facing the big crab and have it targeted. Hopefully the same big crab this time. Ay, ay, ay. Alright, the archer is gonna need to auto. Alright. This could be the end, lads. We're gonna need to try to keep a close eye on the fighter's health, because... In fact, I'm gonna see if we can get everyone to back up some amount. We really want to have a fair amount of time to get everyone in there before combat really starts, so I can react accordingly, since when we're moving the characters, I'm obviously rather distracted moving them like this. Perfect, but we're getting a lot better at that. So, we all have the crab targeted, and we're gonna send in the fighter. Alright, here we go. 3, 2, 1, let's do this shit. I clicked the wrong button. Alright, they're going in. Atromix is taking damage, but we're doing big damage. The whole party's in there, and you know what? That was amazing. That was truly amazing. Wow. I'm a little bit tempted to try to take one on myself, on just the mage. But considering how much damage Atromix took, being 50, and having how much more armor than us? Over double our armor. It's safe to say that could be an incredibly dangerous fight. But, there it is. We've done it. We bit the king crab. Now, I think we are going to try it on just the mage. We're going to see if we can solo just the mage. We're still in the early game. It should technically be doable here. You know, later on in the game, it's definitely not going to be doable on single characters, especially in dungeons where I'm not going to be able to mount. But, it's early game. And, let's see if the mage can do it. Level 8 to 8, king crab. Think about the combo we want to go for. I think I'm just going to start off with the ice, and then we'll go from there. It's looking spooky. It's definitely looking spooky, guys. If I get hit here, there is a good chance I am just dead. We're going to want to cut this out properly. We hit the rocks, unfortunately. That's real bad. We're going to take him around town. Oh, yeah, he's really close. I'm not sure I can get this ice off quite yet. I'm going to go for the lightning into the ice. It's inefficient to do that, but we get the ice off. Beautiful. I think we can't get this out. I think we're going to be alright. I think we can solo the crab in the end. Look at this. One more good combo, and he should be donezo. We can go for an ice lightning combo. There it is. Mage solo on him. Now, I'm not sure if he would have one-shot us or not. I think we could have taken a shot. But that's a one more elite mob down. And I think we'll call it there for this episode. We've gotten some great progress. And I think next time, we'll have to see just what we can get done.